sọ pé ìgbà tá a bá dìbò tán jọ̀wọ́ mo bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Ìgbò náà fẹ́ di. Àwa Yorùbá dìbò ní Nàìjíríà mọ́ bí Ọlọ́run ti ń bẹ̀. Láyé, we Yoruba are not going to take part in any voting, in any election in Yoruba in Nigeria as the Lord liveth. Kí ọ̀rọ̀ election tó dé àwa ti máa lọ. Nǹkan tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn mi ò yí padà rí. Lágbára Olódùmarè, lágbára Oòduà. Kọ́rọ̀ election tó dé làwa Yorùbá ti máa kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Tá a ti máa ní country tiwa lọ́tọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àpọ̀wọ́pọ̀ ká ṣe kó dá o. Ibi tó bá yẹ ká dákẹ́ ká dákẹ́. Ibi tó bá yẹ ká pariwo síta ká pariwo síta. Nǹkan tí a ò bá tí ì ní ìdí láti fi hàn ọ̀tá ká má tí ì fi hàn ọ̀tá. Eléyìí tó bá fẹ́ fi hàn ọ̀tá kan lọ ṣe fẹ́ nú wọn. Àdè máa yin ṣúùsì ni a máa fi hàn wọn. That's how war is fought. Àkàndédé máa carelessly máa sọ̀rọ̀ ara wa síta. Bàbá Agbódọ̀lá declare níjọba ìgbà àbá máa sọ yẹn síta.
You are welcome to DriveTV. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.
And in the next 5 months, I was asking questions and taking notes, not only in Nigeria, but in some countries of West Africa, the Gambia, Guinea, Burkina Faso. In Chief Madrid, what was I trying to find out? I wanted to know what is really at the bottom of all this. So when I talk about these things, I'm not talking like a politician. I'm talking like a trained researcher, intellectual, a historian. And I want you to listen to me carefully. We are faced with a people called the Fulani who are confronting a massive existential challenge. Existential, I say, challenge. The problem is that the Fulani have never had a homeland. They have always been migrating, and wherever they migrate to, they live like nomads there. The Fulani have never built a town or a village in their whole history. Therefore, they do not have a homeland. And they have had a tradition of conflict with the other people, especially the farming people. They hate farming and farmers. So now, since about the 1980s, they began to think, why any homeland? Homeland, it was ancestral homeland, the land where we grew up and own. But our Fulani, we don't have any such. And people are discriminating against us in many countries. So we now must have a homeland. So they started to hold secret meetings. I want you to listen carefully. So they started to hold secret meetings in various locations in West Africa and inviting all the elite of the Fulani in all the countries together into such secret meetings. Certain very important results came out of those meetings. One is that Buhari was elected the leader of the Fulani nation in the world. That was, I think, in 2011. The other decision now that touches you and touches your whole Yoruba nation is this, that it was decided that when all things are considered, Nigeria is the homeland that God really wants to give to the Fulani, who have never had a homeland. Nigeria is the homeland that God designates for the Fulani people. All of Nigeria, not just part of Nigeria. And they came to this decision from looking at the history of Nigeria. One, they said, when our forefathers came to Hausa land in the late 18th century, they were very few. So few that there was no possibility of that conquering the Hausa nation. The Hausa nation was the largest single nation north of the River Niger. And they were civilized people with a number of cities. The 7 cities of the Hausa were called the Hausa Bokwa. They were great trading centers, most of them. And the Hausa were trading all in the north across the Sahara Desert to North Africa, eastward to the country of the Kanuri on the Lake Chad, westwards into the wide Sudan and Sahel, southwards into Yoruba land. Great farmers, great artisans, great traders. It was absolutely impossible for the Fulani to have conquered them because the Fulani had no means of conquering such a great nation. But one of their men, who was a teacher in Arabic studies, Quran and so on, the kind of thing that a person like me experienced as a young man. I had an uncle who used to teach us the Quran and the Arabic alphabets. I learned it. That's Afa Communique, that's all. So the Afa Communique attracted large numbers of Hausa kids, not Fulani kids, large numbers of Hausa kids, I repeat, Hausa kids, boys and girls, and taught them the Quran. But after time, he began to teach them something more, namely a disrespect for their own culture. He used to tell them, yes, your Oba, your kings have been Muslims for a long, long time before we came, long before we came. But they are just shallow Muslims. They don't rule your people according to the tenets of Islam. They are corrupt, and the young people bought it, and they began to cause trouble in the streets, abusing important people and important institutions, and that led into war, what is called the jihad. And it was these masses of young people that then conquered their own country for the Fulani to rule, because they regarded the Fulani as the carriers of true Islam. Their own parents were not carriers of true Islam. The Fulani were the carriers of true Islam. And so they were ready to subdue their own society to the Fulani. And they did. They would go to a palace, drag out the king, cut his throat, and ask a Fulani man to take his place with the title of Emir. The belief being that being an Emir was a holier thing than just being a Habe king. The Hausa kings were called the Habe kings. So the Fulani today, the elite, in their secret meetings came to the conclusion, that is God in action. That's God action. It's not we Fulani. We could never have done it. That God gave us Hausa land. And we have been ruling the Hausa people ever since, and reducing them to nothing in their land. In 2018, one Fulani leader was leader of an organization called GAM, Allah Fulani Development Association. He came to speak to us Yoruba leaders in Lagos, in the home of Chief Ayo Adebanjo. And one of the things he said that day is, you people, you've talked about Hausa, but really there is no Hausa anymore. There is only the Hausa language. We Yoruba have destroyed the Hausa people. Àwọn Fulani gbà wípé Ọlọ́run ló fún wọn ní Hausa land. Then àwọn òyìnbó dé, wọ́n kó Hausa land àti Yoruba land àti Igbo land àti Ijaw land àti Middle Belt, wọ́n kó gbogbo wọn pọ̀. Wọ́n sọ ní Nàìjíríà. Then kíní kan wá ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn Fulani fúnra wọn ló ń sọ léyọ òótọ́ dẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń sọ ẹ má jà tara. Àgbà táwọn òyìnbó dé ṣe bí irú àwọn èèyàn bí Yorùbá tán ti ń gba degree, tán ti ní doctors, lawyers as far back as the 1860s. Ṣe bí irú àwọn yẹn ló yẹ káwọn òyìnbó máa bá ṣọ̀rẹ́. Wọ́n bá wọn ṣọ̀rẹ́, àwa tí a ò lọ sí school, tá a dẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ sí school, tá a ò jẹ́ nǹkan kan, àwa ni wọ́n wá choose ní ọ̀rẹ́. Nígbà tó dẹ̀ di pé wọ́n máa lọ, wọ́n gbé Nàìjíríà lé wa lọ́wọ́. Ọlọ́run nìyẹn, iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run nìyẹn. Nǹkan tó ń sọ their calculations, their summations ni mo sọ fún yín o, pé iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run nìyẹn. So nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ni wípé àwa Fúlàní Ọlọ́run ti fún wa ní Nàìjíríà. Nǹkan tó dẹ̀ kù ni pé ká lọ kọ́ńkà gbogbo wọn, ká gba ilẹ̀ wọn máa jẹ́ tiwa. Káwa wa máa gàba lórí wọn. Eléyìí tó bá gbà pé eléyìí tí ò bá gbà pé ká gàba lórí wọn, ká pa wọn rẹ́ pátápátá. That's what nǹkan tó ń wà wájú wa nìyẹn. Ìṣòro politics in Nigeria rárá. Ẹni tó bá rò pé òun gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyí ṣùgbọ́n ìbò lòun lọ dì, òun fẹ́ di leader president in Nigeria, minister in Nigeria, kò mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sóhun nìyẹn o. Àwọn bàbá wa ní ẹni tí ẹlòmíràn orí olórí bá ń tàn jẹ ojú ẹ̀ kan ṣoṣo ló fọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó bá tan ara ẹ̀ jẹ ojú ẹ̀ méjèèjì ló fọ́ o. Ẹni tó orí olórí bá ń tàn ojú ẹ̀ kan ṣoṣo ló fọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó bá ń tan ara ẹ̀ ojú ẹ̀ méjèèjì ló fọ́ o. Ẹ̀yin Yorùbá má jẹ́ kójú wa fọ́ o. Àwọn tí wọ́n káàkiri gìrìgìrì pé àwọn fẹ́ dìbò, àwọn fẹ́ ṣe kinní kan, wọ́n rò pé politics lọ́rọ̀ láṣìwà nú ẹ̀, kì í ṣe politics mọ́ o. Àwọn tí ó jẹ́ pé wọ́n gbà wípé Ọlọ́run ti fún wọn ní ilẹ̀ wa, àwọn là ń pè ní politician. Wọn kì í ṣe politician, wọ́n fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ wa ni wọ́n fẹ́ dìbò. Àwa tá a dẹ̀ múra gírígírí pé a fẹ́ dìbò á yà wá lẹ́nu nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa láìpẹ́. Àwọn kan kóra jọ wọn ní ọmọ ni ò kì í ṣe ìdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ káfílẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíràn. Ó tọ́ lówó yẹn àwa Yorùbá ń sọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ìyá tí ò bá sí ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, tí ò ní right sí ìlẹ̀kẹ̀, tí ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹlòmíràn, kò lè fi sídi ọmọ ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ rò pé ẹ̀ ń lọ mú ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ sídi ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ̀ ń tanra yín jẹ ní ojú yín méjèèjì ló fọ́. Ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ yẹn ò sí lọ́wọ́ yín, ọwọ́ Fúlàní ní gbogbo ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ Nàìjíríà wà. Lẹ́sàn Ghana tẹ́lẹ̀ múra fún ọwọ́ wọn ló wà. And ẹ̀kan tán dẹ̀ lè ṣe options tó gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn tán lè lo against yín kò níye. Èkínní ẹ wo kí lorúkọ ẹ̀ Àtíkù bó ṣe ń káàkiri, Tinubu sáwọ̀nà káàkiri, Peter Obi sáwọ̀nà káàkiri. Ẹ wo Àtíkù is relaxed. Why? Òun mọ nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ̀yin ò mọ nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ ò sí lọ́wọ́ yín, ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn Fúlàní. Ó dẹ̀ sọ pé nǹkan táwọn Fúlàní lè ṣe láìpẹ́ kò níye. Èkínní ẹjọ́ tí Àtíkù pe Buhari ní 2019 ó sì wà láyé, wọn àti ìdá. Wọ́n lè dá lọ́la àbẹ́ ọ̀túnla ká sọ pé Buhari ló win election 2019 yẹn lóòótọ́ kó wá lọ máa ṣe president kí Buhari kúrò ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n lè jẹ́ kó kú oṣù kan kí election dé kan gbé yẹn síwájú kí gbogbo mo fẹ́ di president, mo fẹ́ mú lẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ mi kó wá jófò mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́. It can happen. That's one thing that can happen. Wọ́n lè sọ pé wọ́n ti dájọ́ at last. Supreme Court ti dájọ́ yẹn at last. Àtíkù ló win election 1919, therefore Àtíkù ló yẹ kó ti máa ṣe president láti 1919 kó wá lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe president ẹ̀ báyìí fún ọdún 4. Àti rírú ẹ̀ yóò ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá dáadáa rí. Àwọn ọmọ tán win election tán rí gẹ̀mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ tí adájọ́ after 3-4 years tí adájọ́ wá sọ pé àwọn ló win election tán ṣẹ̀ wá lé ẹni tó wà lórí oyè yẹn kúrò tán wá gbé ipò gómìnà fún ẹni tó win lọ́dún 4 sẹ́yìn. Ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ nílẹ̀ tiwa rí, so a lè sọ pé a ò mọ̀. It can happen now. That's one option. Another option ni pé kí àwọn Fúlàní àtàwọn terrorists wọn tán ti kó wá, àwọn ISIS, àwọn Al-Qaeda kan ní àwọn ti gba ìjọba, gbé Buhari wọn lọ gbé pamọ́ síbi kan. Àwọn wá pariwo pé àwọn now ní government of Nigeria ní àbáyábá wọn ti suspend the constitution. Gbogbo wa adẹ̀wà lábẹ́ wọn and so on. Kò dẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ election. The constitution is suspended. Ẹ̀yin tó ń sá káàkiri fún election. Bó ni lẹ̀kẹ̀tẹ̀ fẹ́ mú sí ìdíngbà yẹn. Báwọn tí ẹ ṣe lẹ́yìn tó le tó yẹn, wọ́n lè tó gbé oṣù bíi 2-3 kó election de February, ó lè dó bí January kan sọ wípé wo àwọn èèyàn wọn tó wà ní gbó káàkiri kan bẹ̀ sí já kiri ká máa pààyàn ká máa ṣe. Káwọn ọ̀gá wọn wá announce láti Abuja wípé wàhálà ìlú ti dàrú o, wàhálà ti pọ̀jù o, a lè ṣe election o. Therefore a ti cancel ọ̀rọ̀ election fún 2023. A dẹ̀ máa ṣe ń jọ́ tó bá ṣe é ṣe, kò ṣe é ṣe báyìí. kí Buhari máa ṣe president yẹn lọ, and there are options. Ọwọ́ wọn dẹ̀ ni gbogbo ẹ̀ wà. Ọmọ ni ò kì í ṣèdí bẹ̀bẹ̀rẹ̀ ká fi ilẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ ẹlòmíràn. Tí ilẹ̀kẹ̀ ò bá sí lọ́wọ́ ẹ, kò sí lọ́wọ́ ẹ náà nìyẹn. Ilẹ̀kẹ̀ ò sí lọ́wọ́ Yorùbá báyà lè fi ilẹ̀kẹ̀ sí di ọmọ wa kankan. Nǹkan ṣoṣo tó open fún wa tẹ́nìkan kan ò lè bá wa sọ sí wá sẹ́yìn ni pé a ní right láti sọ pé a ò ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ́. We want to be a country of our own. We want Yoruba nation. Yoruba nation now. Ẹ̀yin ọmọdé rò pé ẹ̀yin nìkan ló ká lára. Ó ká mi bàbá yín náà lára o. Kò ká yín lára jù mí o. Ó wù mí kí n jí láàárọ̀ ọ̀la ká announce Yoruba nation wa ká máa ṣe ká wá wo nǹkan tẹ́nìkan kan máa ṣe. It is the only road open. At least that's one area. Táàtì ní gbogbo agbára lọ́wọ́ wa, ilẹ̀kẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ wa. Ilẹ̀kẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ wa o. The right to self-determination is the right of every nation in the world. Àwa Yorùbá dẹ̀ ti ń ṣe látọdún kẹta, látọdún kẹrin. Nǹkan tí àwọn alágbára ayé dẹ̀ ní ká ṣe àti ṣe. Wọ́n ní tẹ́ ẹ bá sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ gba òmìnira ara yín, ẹ fẹ́ ṣe self-determination yín, ìyẹn ò fún yín ní right láti cause trouble o. Àwa Yorùbá dẹ̀ sọ láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nígbà tá a bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé àwa ò ní cause trouble. We are going to do this peacefully. Kan tá a sọ fún gbogbo ayé nìyẹn. Gbogbo àwọn bá wa ní Nàìjíríà ló pè mí. The Aláàfin, the Ọọ̀ni, the Awùjalẹ̀, the Aláké, the Ọba of Lagos, the Èwí of Adó Èkìtì, the Déjì of Àkúrẹ́, the Ọ̀ràngún of Ìlá. Wọ́n pè mí káàkiri ni pé àwọn ọmọ nǹkan tí àìwá àtàwọn ọmọ ẹlẹ́ǹfẹ́ yìí ṣé kò ní da ogun, ṣé kò ní di ìjà rẹpẹtẹ, ṣé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ò ní ṣàn. Mo dẹ̀ promise wọn ní kọ̀ọ̀kan pé ẹ̀jẹ̀ kankan ò ní ṣàn. I will see to it pé àwọn ọmọ wa ò jà wọn kú. Ọmọ wa kankan ò ní kú sí títì torí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Nígbà tó di wípé ní another part of Nigeria wọ́n ń bá ọlọ́pàá jà, wọ́n lọ jó àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá, wọ́n lọ pa àwọn ọlọ́pàá. Mo sọ fún àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá, ìyẹn ò kì í ṣe tiyín o. Ẹ má wò wọ́n o, a lè ṣe irú yẹn o. Ẹ̀yin ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe irú yẹn o. Mo dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ àwọn akékèké pé wọ́n gba nǹkan tí mo sọ fún wọn. Kò sẹ́ni tó kọjá ayé ẹ̀ nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjà pé kó lọ fún ẹ máa jó àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá kó lọ máa ṣe ké. Táwọn sójà, àwọn ọlọ́pàá àbí kìlórúkọ àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n bá wà attack, of course a ní right láti defend ara wa. Ṣùgbọ́n kákàndéédé jí láàárọ̀ ọjọ́ kan láìsógun láìsọtẹ̀ ká lọ ṣáná sí àgọ́ ọlọ́pàá ká máa jó ká máa rí ara ọlọ́pàá tó ń lọ ká pa á ní títì nǹkan hàn. Àwa Yorùbá ò ready láti ṣe yẹn o. A ò dẹ̀ ṣe o. Nígbà tí àwọn tó lágbára láyé tán wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ sí àwa tá a jẹ́ bí bàbá yín, wọ́n á ní okay. Mo wá jókòó, mo wá kọ ìwé kan 35 pages láti show wípé àwa Yorùbá peacefully la máa ja ìjà yìí tá a máa win ẹ̀. 35 pages. The Yoruba nation choose the noble course to its noble goal. A manual of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. We have won a lot of honor in the world. Pé àṣẹ ní peacefully yẹn. Ó jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn alágbára láyé tá à ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nìí kan fetí balẹ̀ kan gbọ́ wa, ká máa béèrè question lọ́wọ́ wa ká máa dáhùn. Àwọn ọmọ kan sọ pé bàbá sọ pé ìgbà tá a bá dìbò tán jọ̀wọ́ mo bá yín sọrú ẹ̀. Ìgbò náà fẹ́ dì. Àwa Yorùbá dìbò ní Nàìjíríà mọ́ bí Ọlọ́run ti ń bẹ̀. Láyé, we Yoruba are not going to take part in any voting, in any election in Yoruba, in Nigeria, as the Lord liveth. Kí ọ̀rọ̀ election tó dé àwa ti máa lọ. Nǹkan tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn mi ò yí padà rí. Lágbára Olódùmarè, lágbára Oòduà. Kọ́rọ̀ election tó dé làwa Yorùbá ti máa kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Tá a ti máa ní country tiwa lọ́tọ̀. Àwọn ọmọ kan sọ pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe níjọba ìbáìbá ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ wọn kì í ṣọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ fọ́ta pé ìjọba ìlà máa ṣe. One already the yin mother to shy. Mother to be along where it can lára àwọn ọmọ mi má jẹ́ kí gbókù wọn títì nídìí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Ẹgbọ́n ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi. Torí ẹ̀yin ọmọ kéékèèké gan ni mo ṣe ń ja ìjà yìí o, more than anything else. Àánú yín ṣe ní. All my adult life, kò síṣẹ́ méjì tí mo ṣe rí ju iṣẹ́ lecturer àti professor. Ẹ̀yin ni mò ń kọ́ o. Kíkọ́ tí mo dẹ̀ kọ́ yín pé ẹ máa jáde, ẹ máa lọ dèèyàn ńlá, ẹ máa tọ́jú ìyá àti bàbá yín ni o. So kò easy fún mi kí n dúró kí n máa wò yín kẹ́ máa wọ́de káàkiri kẹ́ máa níṣẹ́. Ṣé nígbà tí n bá tiẹ̀ wá gbọ́ news tí màá ń gbọ́ dáadáa pé àwọn ọmọ kan tó kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tán sá lọ fẹ́ lọ join gba Sahara Desert àti Mediterranean jáde sí Southern Europe kankan pé wọ́n ti kú sínú desert àbí wọ́n ti kú sínú omi Mediterranean. Mi ò kì í lè sùn o. Contribution to human civilization is through teaching young people, and the young people are being wasted. I feel as if I have failed in life, and I want to change it. Ẹ̀yin ni mò ń jà ìjà fún. I ask you, ẹ para yín pọ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ yé ṣe bí wípé ẹ̀yin lẹ ní o. Ẹ̀yin ni mò ń ṣe fún o. Ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo àpọ̀wọ́pọ̀ ká ṣe kó dá o. Ibi tó bá yẹ ká dákẹ́. Ibi tó bá yẹ ká pariwo síta ká pariwo síta. Nǹkan tí a bá tí ní ìdí láti fi hàn ọ̀tá ká má tí fi hàn ọ̀tá. Eléyìí tó bá fẹ́ fi hàn ọ̀tá kan lọ ṣe fẹ́ nú wọn, a dẹ̀ máa yin ṣúùsì ni a máa fi hàn wọn. That's how war is fought. A kàn dédé máa carelessly máa sọ̀rọ̀ ara wa síta. Bàbá gbọ́dọ̀ lọ declare níjọba ìbá àbá máa sọ yẹn síta. Kí ló dé? Ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. You are mostly educated boys and girls. Mo bẹ̀ yín. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká ẹnìkan kan tì yín sí irú àṣìṣe yẹn. Àṣìṣe nìyẹn. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ wá máa sọ pé àwọn leaders gbọ́dọ̀ pé kí ni a declare ìjọba ìbáyàwó àbí àwọn afámáṣe. A má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹjọ́. Ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. It is not right. It is unworthy of an educated citizenry. You are educated people. We are going to have a country by the grace of God before this year is out. I say that confidently, prayerfully, faithfully before God. But Kato ready ṣe mama pariwo wípé lóṣù tó ń bọ̀ la máa declare rárá o, ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọn kì í ṣerú yẹn. Ó fẹ́ bẹ̀yìn ni. Ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, má jẹ́ kẹ́nikẹ́ni tì yín láti ṣerú ẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ó ka àwọn ọmọdé lára ni mo mọ̀. Àgbàlagbà ò gbọ́dọ̀ máa sọ pé nǹkan káwọn lára. Wọ́n ní inú làgbà yá àgbà òkè yá inú. Àgbàlagbà ò lè máa, àwọn ọmọdé ò lè máa sọ pé kíní yẹn ká wa lára. Àgbọ́dọ̀ lọ sọ̀kò ká lọ ká ọsàn yẹn ó ti ká wa fẹ́ mú bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ti pọ́n ṣe. Bàbá ò ní join wọn láti pariwo bẹ́ẹ̀ á jókòó sílé ajẹ́ kan lọ ká ọsàn wọn wà. Wọ́n á wá fún lélẹ́yìí tó bá tọ́ sí bẹ́ẹ̀. Kò sí nǹkan tí èmi bàbá yín fẹ́ jù pé kí n jókòó kí n wò yín kẹ́ máa ṣèjọba ìlú tiwa lọ́tọ̀. If God grants me that, I will go dancing to thank my God in heaven. Kí n lè jókòó kí n rí yín kẹ́ máa ṣèjọba ìlú yín lọ́nà tí mo mọ̀ wípé ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ lè ṣe. You have the blood of the civilization builder in your veins. You can create a great, beautiful nation in the world. A land of prosperity, power, beauty, a loving, laughing, illuminated family. Yoruba, we have it in our veins to build such a country, and you will build it. And I want to see you begin to build it before I go to answer my God. So I want it today. I don't want it tomorrow. I want the country today because I'm an old man and it's difficult to predict what will happen to an old person. So I am more anxious than you are. I am more eager than you are. Professor Secret in I want to see you ruling your own country. I want to see you ruling your own country. It will be the crowning experience of my life to sit in front of my television in my house and watch you swear in a Yoruba prime minister and Yoruba ministers and set up powerful institutions. We are going to have a great rally. We are going to declare our nation. I want to wá election káàkiri wọ́n á rí pé òfò ni wọ́n ń dé káàkiri o. Àjáde apẹ̀rẹ̀ ni wọ́n lọ ń pọnmi sí o. Ó sì lè dùn lẹ́nu wọn báyìí. Election bọ̀. So láìpẹ́ jọjọ wọ́n á rí wípé òfò ni wọ́n ń lé káàkiri òfò pátápátá.
Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing so you won't miss out any of our latest video.
My name is Akintoye. I'm a video director and TV producer of Akomolowe on African Magic. Keep watching DriveTV.
Olólùfẹ́ DriveTV àti gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí Fẹ́mi Sola ẹ máa wo DriveTV. Keep watching DriveTV.
My name is Wole Agba. Taking this time out to tell you all that you keep watching DriveTV. What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ ní ògo ẹ̀? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ fulfilment? What drive ẹ̀wọ̀ bí tó bá lọ? Ó ní iṣẹ́ rẹ̀. Ibi ni kò máa wò DriveTV. Thank you. Chloe.
DriveTV, driving you around the world.